Well, there's no easy way to say it. We have a problem with information. In recent years, information has been harnessed at an unprecedented scale to cause chaos, harm, and confusion in our world. And in its wake, we're left with a mess. Now, I'm a designer, and designers enjoy transforming a mess into meaningful information. But what's information made of anyway? Well, iron, foam, and tin. What were you expecting? But there's also a deeply troubling problem. Hidden inside information are our deeply held beliefs that give us a firm notion. We tend to make up our minds too quickly, holding on to ideas that are often incomplete, inaccurate, wrong, or sometimes just plain harmful. And the worst part is, we don't even realize it. The more firmly we hold on to our notions, the greater the illusion that we possess knowledge. So, in order to avoid these notions, we must go back to that original mess and instead seek out an icy suitor, curiosity. Now, this is a strange, fascinating, and fragile phenomenon, being curious, that combats our firm notions by unsettling our certainties. Now, maybe like me, as a kid, you also enjoyed Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote cartoons. My father would often ask me, as a child, why would you watch something if you knew how it was going to end? And the fun wasn't in the ending, it was in how did things happen? What masterful scheme would the Roadrunner use to outwit and outsmart the inexhaustible Coyote? Of all the Looney Tunes characters, Wile E. Coyote was the most creative. He was a true designer. Not a very successful one, mind you, but a designer nonetheless. But something about it captured my childlike curiosity and imagination. And somewhere along the way, when we became adults, we lost that sense of curiosity. And it's not because the world is lacking in wonders. It's because we're lacking a sense of wonder. So, is it possible for us to invite someone to be more curious? Can we kindle curiosities and ignite imaginations? I'll share with you a framework today by which I think we can do just that. Invite others and ourselves to be curious. But first, we have to understand curiosity as an emotion. Robert Plutchik's Wheel of Emotion describes 8 basic emotions that, when combined, yield 24 additional emotion combinations. Now, much like colors on a color wheel, emotions combine to create other emotions. And he organizes these into how frequently we feel them, often, sometimes, or seldom. Curiosity is a sometimes felt emotion. And the base emotion of curiosity are trust and surprise. Now, it may surprise you that trust is an emotion. Ha! See what I did there? Trust means that curiosity requires some kind of relationship, some kind of bond. And that implies a level of vulnerability. Trust can be abused or broken. The emotion of surprise is a response to the unexpected. It forces us to stop, reorient, and reevaluate our thinking. And it allows us to recalibrate our notions of how the world works. We need both emotions, trust and surprise, to cultivate curiosity. Now, the framework. Curiosity offers us few straight lines. And although we feel curious only sometimes, there are ways that we can coax curiosity to come forward. It all starts with an invitation. Some object, some system, some thing, some thought invites us to be curious. And invitations adopt a variety of approaches that elicit a spectrum of emotions. But it has to be interesting, and we have to be interested, and trust must also be present. Otherwise, our curiosity just evaporates. Most invitations require us to respond in some way. We don't always perceive invitations as invitations, and so they can be accepted or rejected or ignored. Some invitations may be accepted but never acted upon. For example, you can accept a wrapped gift but choose to never open it. If we accept and we act upon it, there's then an inflection point where the necessary emotion of surprise begins to be felt. Now, screenwriters understand the importance of surprise very, very well. It's a golden rule of storytelling to always give the audience what they want, just not how they were expecting it. This inflection point marks the beginning of where curiosity can begin to be meaningfully engaged and satisfyingly rewarded. This reward can be informational or sensory or experiential, or a combination of all three. In some cases, the response is the reward. A good example of this is the game Peekaboo. You've done this as a child. You cover your face as a parent sometimes in order to invite curiosity in a child or maybe even in the person next to you. The child accepts your invitation, and the reward is a joyful, meaningful connection between you and them. Rinse and repeat. But not every response is rewarded. Kicking over a rock may reveal a diamond, may add dust to our shoes, or it can uncover a scorpion. We don't know. But we can build moments of curiosity with an invitation, a response, and a meaningful and satisfying reward. The English word curiosity comes to us from the Latin word cura, which means to care. That curiosity encompasses and embraces caring has powerful and profound implications. A disciplined curiosity can bring care to those whom we care about, as well as that which we care to build. And maybe, unlike the coyote, we'll actually be successful once and grasp hold of curiosity. The question then is, what will we do with it? Thank you.